Hey everyone, this is Jane with Barlow Herbal, and I have a powerful message for you today about the power of being done. I think that all of us have a lot of fatigue from everything that's been going on in the world. We might not see the silver lining. We might see the silver lining, but other people don't. And I think at this point, we realize that there are big, beautiful things changing and happening and important things for humanity. But the painful part that we're getting through is still really tough for a lot of us. So here is something that I've been really thinking about pretty much since the summer. It's a little concept really simply called I'm done. And there's a beautiful hypnotherapist in Portland, Oregon. Her name is Allison Coe. I discovered her this summer, and she has this little ceremony that she does. And it's basically you take a piece of paper and you write down everything that you are done with, whatever it is. I'm done fighting with people who believe differently than me. I'm done fighting with my family and my friends. I'm done, whatever it is that you are done with. Write everything down and then get another piece of paper and replace it. Replace it with something. For each item on your list of things that you're done with, replace that with something powerful and empowering. And you're not just done with this stuff. You need to replace it with things that I'm ready to live and vibrate in love. I'm ready to start listening to people that I disagree with, maybe not agreeing with them, but sending them love and treating them as human beings, because that's what we really all want. So you write down this list, and then you take the first list of everything you're done with, and you literally do a ceremony where you give it to the elements. So you take it, you crumble it up and you burn it, you tear it into little shreds and you flush it, you bury it, and or you basically take it and burn it and then basically let the ashes go to the wind. So you take one of the four elements and you do this little ceremony. And if you're going to burn it, make sure you do it outside. Please be safe. But I've done this 2 times now, and I've done the first one by myself and the second one with a couple of girlfriends. And I will tell you, when you do it collectively with someone else, another couple of people, this just adds to the power of these things that we are done with, because I feel like this is a huge feeling of the majority of humanity. Look at all the things that are happening in other countries like Australia and New Zealand, and even a lot of countries in Europe, even here in the US. Collectively, we are realizing that we need to stand up for our rights no matter what it is that you choose, because we all want the same things. We want to live in safety and security. We want love and kindness and compassion and abundance. We want to be free to choose how we take care of our health. We want to be free to choose where we live and who we love. We don't want someone or a system to tell us how to be sovereign, free human beings. And the only thing that makes us different is how we choose to find these things in our life. That's the only thing that makes us different. I've been very blessed to travel around the world. I haven't gone as many places as I'd like to go, and that is still in my plan to keep traveling. But I've been able to meet a lot of people with different cultures, different traditions, and I'm telling you, we're all the same. We all want the same things. And humanity has been divided by governments and by media. Their goal is to keep us separate. If we are together, regardless of the things that make us different, but if we come together, everything shifts as a collective. I mean, think about this. If you were driving down the street and you saw somebody pulled over to the side of the road and they had a flat tire, and you had the ability to and the time, and you could pull over and help this person, and you could see that they were struggling, you would not first, ask them, are you a Republican? Are you a Democrat? Have you been vaccinated? Like, you wouldn't ask these things. You would simply help them. And I will tell you, you look at a person, people don't really know how other people are believing unless you talk to them and then maybe get in an argument about it. And it does not have to be that way. I think humans are good. That's our innate humanness. And if we realize that we are done with the fighting, we are done with the judgment of others, we are done with these things that are dividing us. And to be together and collectively be done, the power in that is absolutely unbelievable. So I would like to encourage you to maybe do a little ceremony, gather up a few family members and friends, and especially if they're people that you disagree with. You don't have to share what you're done with. Maybe you want to. There's actually a lot of power in that. When I did that with my girlfriends, there was power in sharing what we were each done with. And then we had this little ceremony where we actually burned this piece of paper. But you have to remember, you need to replace it with something else, something that's empowering. And when you start to practice these things as far as non-judgment and unconditional love, it gets easier and easier. When you're brave, it gets easier. And we all want to fit in, and we all have these egos that keep us stuck. But when you realize how easy it is to drop the ego, drop what is keeping us separate from our fellow man, truly listen to someone with a different point of view. And instead of engaging in anger, just listen. Let them say what they need to say, because it's just as important as what you want to say. And then be together. Like, let someone believe differently than you. It's been like that since all of humanity. So I really can't tell you how much I appreciate being able to be a part of this huge collective rise in humanity. I think that we are at a tipping point. I also feel like it's the most exciting time to be alive, and we all chose it. I believe we all chose to be here, and we get to participate in this beautiful rise in human consciousness, and I can feel it. I can feel it so beautifully, and I'm so grateful to be a part of this human community that is shifting into something so beautiful, something so abundant for all of us. And it's just an amazing time. So thank you guys so much for listening. I adore you. I love you. I am so happy to be a part of this collective. So thank you for listening. I hope you have a beautiful day, and we'll talk to you soon.